There are no miracles, no circumstances in which the play of God's hand is felt in extraordinary ways. There are only micro-extraordinary circumstances in the extraordinary miracle of being a life in time. The hands of God created creation with all its elements, and each that is the miracle, not the events that come to play. Random occurrences that appear miraculous as if an unseen force determined to act are but occurrences that defy human explanation, because the humans lack the insight that would make clear no miracle has occurred. The presumptions of miracles only fail to embrace the marvel of the profound love in His true workings. Consider that the art of the flower is wholly contained in the seed. If the rains come and wash away all but a few of the flowers in the garden, is it a miracle that the few remain? When pestilence devours all but one of the buds in a garden, is it a miracle that the last bud is spared? When the indiscriminate gardener comes with his machine, destroying all the saplings but a few, is it a miracle that the few are not leveled? The miracle is not in the lengthening of a life or of health in contrast to the shortening of other life and health in random events. The miracle is in the life itself, and that it came to be to begin with. The miracle is the seed, the being in time, not the favorable or unfavorable circumstances of that being. For if it is the generous hand of God manifesting a miracle in the flowers that remained, then the miraculous God is a reciprocally cruel God for denying the sparing of those ill-fated flowers. This cannot be true, because generosity and cruelty, conflict and peace, are contradictory attributes, confounding and confusing, and there can be no controversy if God is profound love, and the profound love is known and understood. When the natural disaster occurs and destroys all the people but a few, is this a miracle? When the microbiotic disease comes and wipes out the majority of humans in an area, is it a miracle that the remaining have been spared? When the train jumps its tracks, killing all but a handful of its passengers, is it a miracle that the handful live? No. Like the flowers, the miracle is not in the survival statistic. The miracle is in the beings of those lives in time to begin with. God's hand does not rest placidly, first crushing many, then saving a few. Too great is the one love to act in such a wicked way. The miracle is in the creation, in the life, in the living and after. The loving God is not at once a contradiction, caring, then calloused, creating, then destroying, giving, then depriving, tending, then ignoring, loving, then crushing. A controversial God is an oxymoron. To those who know God and understand God, God imbues peace and contentment, and they cannot be vexed or disturbed, unlike those who only believe in God. Knowledge and understanding are God's gifts to us to discover the hidden treasure. Hope and believing alone leave us open to confusion and contention, disappointment and insecurity, and crises in faith. Love does not promote itself through fear or greed. Love does not demand quaking. does not tantalize, does not torment us with confusion and contention. We are His extension. We are His children. We are of love made. We are by love made. We are for love made. And when we return to the one love, we will again be love itself. We are loved, celebrated, honored, beseeched to discover that which was hidden, the treasure, who created creation, who manifested the miracle of the unmanifested beings who dwelt in the one love in non-existence before time, who made real the yet unreal that was contained in the idea of God. God is God, the one love, the Creator, the purest of the purest of the pure. The idea of miracles for some, but not for all, is an error. The truthfulness in what we believe about God is in whether there is any conflict in God's described character, any unfathomable behavior of the Creator, any controversy arising regarding God's intentions, God's sentiments, God's expectations, God's love. God is always true, His nature always clear and constant. By our use of our gift of intelligence, God wants us to know Him and to understand Him so that we realize the joy of His profound love. It is so that superstitions and misinformation about God are as prevalent today as when man began his quest for answers in the earliest times of civilization. Today, superstition is better dressed, misinformation better packaged, more sophisticated, and more broadly marketed. 800 years ago, the devout believers of Europe built magnificent edifices to God, cathedrals that the people toiled a lifetime to construct, who died before its finish, and whose sons and daughters continued the task, only to die themselves before they saw their fathers' visions realized in the glory of the completed work. Such dedication! Such glory to His name by believers, as if God was known to them and understood. And then, upon completing the glorious edifice, it was ringed by gargoyles, hideous and horrifying, to scare away the evil devils that God could not. Miracles? No. God, profound love, is not whimsical and is never untrue in character. We are the miracles. The Creator of all does not act favorably in one person's behalf and not in another's. The art of the human, the miracle, is that we are. We, solely by our existence, are the miracle. A micro, lifelong miracle, however long or short, healthy or unhealthy the life. The art of the flower is contained in the seed. We are the flowers, and if in one's travail one prays, not out of fear or out of selfish greed, but purely out of adoration for the one love, and if one then becomes well or lives long, it is because that person, in becoming childlike in prayer and behavior, loosed his or herself from their own bondage and freed their body's workings to meet the needs critical to defeat the disease. a disease born in the ever-dynamic chaos of all nature's enduring and pursuit of survival. And if it appears to be a miracle, it is not. It is merely the actualization of the machinations of profound love in the grand miracle of a life. The art of the flower is in the seed.